I'm tired of it. Come on. Come on. Bring it down. Okay. All right. Pop locking in, brother. Okay. Didn't think that I was going to be on so soon, but welcome to everybody that's in the skybox. Haven't seen anybody drop in the chat, and it's very early, but good morning and welcome to everybody. I have a quick address. I saw something, and I couldn't wait. I plan to come on maybe later on tonight. It depends. It really depends. It's difficult to say all the time, like especially down to the time. But I saw something. I'm like, no, I'm not waiting. I'm going to address the shit right now. So call the law. I see you're still obsessing over me, and I already addressed you. And you tried to do a little deception, little retelling of a story, recounting, but it was more of a revisionist story. And I already warned you about that. I already told you about that. So here we go again. I want to give you guys some background and then bring you up to what I just saw. And I came into this maybe, I don't know, an hour ago. Okay. Hey, how you doing, Auntie Donna? How are you? Good morning. I hope you're doing well. But call the law. So this goes back to, it's on my page, you guys. I guess maybe less than a month ago, like whenever I went back and forth with Shish Trish on this Road channel. Hey guys, I don't know if y'all want me to rehash it. What's up, Rodney? But I don't know if y'all want me to rehash this whole story. I mean, it was whack and corny, but It's all on my community page and it's all in my videos. Going back a month ago when it was around the time that I went back and forth with Donald Goings. So, so um, there was a situation between me and Sis Trish that took place on this road thing. So she said some things. I was supposed to get back, come to my channel, my own platform, and get back to her. However, but because a male by the name of Donald Goings inserted himself in it, I dealt with him first, got that squared away, and then I got at Sis Trish. Once, so you guys gotta follow this shit. Once I got at Sis Trish, I got at the lap dogs. You understand what I'm saying? And the do girls. And Call the Law was one of the do girls. When I addressed Call the Law, I just Called the Law twice. The first time I addressed Call the Law, it wasn't in a video specifically to Call the Law. It was, I guess I could have been talking about Sis Trish and said, oh, and by the way, they called the law person. But anyway, that was my first time seeing you. And I made it clear then. I actually thought that you were like on a troll account. I even said that in the video because I never seen you before. Apparently, you seen me. You know, it wasn't until like I went back and said, well, let me read all of the stuff that Call the Law was saying. I see that you've been around. So I'm like, okay, so that's someone that's been around. But I was still saying to myself, I'm still thinking that that is like a fake account or what people call a second account. Wherever it was, I was specifically saying that you weren't on your main account. Only because I never seen you, never recognized you. Fine. Later, I've seen you dropped into Carrie's chat, and that's what I want to talk about. You dropped into Carrie's chat under that same name, and people were like calling, like people were like saying hello to you under that name. So that's when I realized, okay, that's just someone that shares the same space with me that I guess I never recognized. Perhaps they were like in different camps. Me being in different camps or something. Well, in the spaces that I occupy today is new in some places. You know what I mean? Since I became a content creator, I have branched out, and since I became a content creator, I have dipped into the chats because for all these years, people only heard me as a voice on phones and StreamYards. So I didn't even know who you was. So from there, that's when I addressed you, and that was like some days later. It was only some days later, and when I had said to you, all of this gonna be covered, you guys. But what I said to you, Called the Law, is I told you what I told Sis Trish. I said, hey, I typed in the chat to you. I said, oh, Called the Law. Because that was the first time since the Sis Trish thing over at Honest Rose Camp that I've seen you. That was the first time. And in my mind, I just knew wherever I would see you, that I would address you. I didn't know who said that would take place in. I figured it would take place in Honest Rose Chat since that was the only place I ever seen you prior, like in that timing. Like since then, I have seen you, of course, because you attacked me, because you judged me. You understand? You passed judgment on me, and your judgment was incorrect and wrong. And that's when I began wearing the unhinged. I began wearing the unhinged title or name. So whenever I go on the StreamYard, you would see unhinged. People remember that. That was the name you gave me. That was one of the names that you gave me. But today, when I left Carrie's chat on my smart television, I guess it was the same video, or maybe another video Carrie's came up, and it came up right to a point where she was highlighting. So it was, I guess it was in a recent chat of hers that I wasn't there. And I guess that you thought that you was gonna lie and deceive and shit on my name. And I couldn't see the chat. I could only see what she was highlighting and other responses to, I guess, your comment. But it was incorrect. So at some point, Carrie had offered a random question, which she does on her program, on her show, and she had asked something to the effect, hey guys, I'm not quoting, I'm trying my best to remember this, but she said, like, is it wise for content creators to have other content to have other content creators mod for them. It was something like that. She had offered that question, and that's when you took the opportunity. I guess I guess you think you're being vengeful, and you're doing that passive aggressive shit. And I see you're still on the same line and shit. Now, and I called you out for being pusillanimous and not standing in your shit. But when I came in, when I saw you the second time that I ever saw you, that would have been in Carrie's chat. I had offered you the I had said the same statement to you that I said to Trish. I said, they called the law, you passed judgment on me. And even though you knew what I was talking about and you understood that just hours before, I'm talking about days before, like 48 hours, 72 hours, 2-3 days before, whatever prior, me and you had went back and forth because when I dared to defend myself from Trish, who had passed judgment on me, you did the pile up thing. It was you and other people. I got at the other people, but this is about you. Because I see you still running your mouth and still putting your mouth on me. And my position has not changed. Like, you're still not fit to judge me. And you're still passing judgment on me. And if you're going to tell the story, I'm going to need you to tell it correctly. So in answering Carrie's question, you was like, yeah, one of your mods over here became sensitive with me. And time me out based on something that took place in another chat. Yes, I did. Yes, I did. Hey, call the law. All the times I addressed you, I never passed judgment on you or called you names, but you've done that to me. So I'm just saying, like, I don't owe you respect. And I thought it was deaded, like, when I pretty much exposed you for not being able to stand in your shit. You know what I mean? And speaking, and shrouding things in mystery. Don't mystify shit. So you purposely mystify shit, I guess, in trying to report me to Carrie. You can't get me in trouble. I'm telling you that now. And yes, I did time you out. But guess what? When I timed you out, the very second that I timed you out, I typed in the chat to Carrie that I timed you out because you was coming out of body. You can't get me in trouble by anybody. And yes, I did ask you something in her chat that did not take place in her chat. But like I said, it took place days before, and I never seen you before. And I told myself, wherever I run into you, I will address you. And that's where you showed up. But I noticed you became pretentious. You know exactly what I was talking about. And you began saying things like, I don't know you. Exactly. Which is why you should not have ever brought my sexuality up, which you did, because of your own anti-homosexual sentiments. And something that did not have nothing to do with you. If I choose to defend myself back from Trish, who passed judgment on me, I can do that. But like you said in Carrie's thing, you don't know me exactly, which means that everything that you begin saying about me had to be in error. Because like you said, you don't know me. And you didn't stand in your shit. You talking about, I don't know what you talking about. What are you talking about? I said a couple of days in Honest Rose chat, you don't remember? This is what I said to you. And then rather than addressing it, now you asked me what was I talking about. So you prompted my response. I guess I'm not supposed to respond. You asked me, what are you talking about? What are you saying? You know what I mean? You asked me to detail it, and once I detailed it, rather than addressing it, you turned towards Carrie and does this real pussy shit, which is, oh, I'm in here just trying to enjoy you, and I'm in here for you, and your mind is getting in the way of these things and impeding and blocking me from having bits of you. So I timed you out. And a second after that, I typed in the chat to Carrie. So it already got back to Carrie from me because I ain't hiding shit. That I timed you out. Because you was on some real pussy shit. You like to throw stones and hide your hands. You know what I mean? Keep your nasty, toxic, disease-infested mouth off of my sexuality because like you said, you don't know me. Don't start shit and then disappear. And then if I show up somewhere and it's in a different space, because that's the first time I seen you since, you think you get to have a moment with the channel holder and say, hey, it didn't take place over here. Well, hey, this is where I caught up with you. I didn't tell you to run. You ran over there. You know what I mean? And you was doing some pile up shit. I was busy dealing with the person that attacked me. You decided to insert yourself for your own intentions and purposes. And then you brought up my sexuality. Talking about, oh, he's been sensitive about his sexuality ever since Nicole Tyler. No, I haven't. No, I haven't. Like you said, you don't know me. You have no idea what my sensitivities are. You're speaking of the deadbeat father or biological sperm donor that came in your life. He's insecure and sensitive about his sexuality. The only thing that people know of me is that I've always been secure about my sexuality. You know, what you don't like is that I don't do as you say. You know, and I don't fit your stereotypical mold of what you think a same-gender loving person should be. But that's your own problem. You don't get to dictate that for me. And you brought that up when the whole discussion and me defending myself had nothing to do with that. You also began lying. You mad because I called you out and showed your idiocies when you did a false equivalence. Well, it wasn't even about you, but someone else made a false equivalence with the word bitch and with a slur, faggot. And when I pointed out that it was a false equivalence, you, and as part of your pile up, talking about, no, it's not, yes, it is. You need to go to school. You're a little slow. The two are not equal. You know what I mean? And, oh, both are derogatory. Yeah, but one is a fucking hate slur. And you tried to play in people's face and you mad because I exposed you on that shit. So that's what that was. And then you called me unhinged. You know what I mean? When you out here fucking demented and cognitively dissonant. You know what I mean? Get your shit together. You know what I mean? So yeah, you can't get me in trouble. But I saw that little post that you did talking about yeah, like, and he was being sensitive. No, don't shroud it in mystery. Don't mystify it. Detail it. The next time you go running back to Carrie, like you're going to get me in trouble by somebody, imagine that. But the next time you go running back to her, don't say I became sensitive. Say what you did. And I simply responded back. You know, again, don't put your nasty disease-infested mouth on me. Call the law. You know, you passed judgment on me and tried to pretend like you didn't know what I was talking about when I addressed you. Talking about, well, what is passing judgment? Exactly what the fuck you did. Calling a person that now you're trying to convince this room and Carrie's room that you don't know me. Well, if only you had that tone when you was in Honest Rose's room. Because according to what you were typing, you knew me. That's the whole thing. So, no, you don't stand in your shit. You very flip-floppy and weak as shit and pusillanimous. You're a coward. The fuck you talking about? Hey, how you doing? Wait, let me look down. I'm seeing on this road. What's up? And I'm thinking that's damn, I can't even keep the fuck up. Damn. I'm seeing Bubble. I don't even want to yeah, I'm seeing Bubbles. That's Vashi under a new name, I believe. A Rodney. Random Crafting Gamer. Yeah. Oh, and by request, what is up? Let me see. Dropping to say good morning, young man. And check. Gotta go. I know that's right. Be good and see and enjoy. Thanks for allowing me to see you. And Rhonda. Okay. Yeah, and on this road. Yeah, so I mean, it's just that. And I see that you're trying to hit later. Like, if I see it, and just because you didn't say my name, I knew exactly who you were talking about. And as the conversation went on, I was seeing what Carrie was highlighting on her screen. Like, you were being very specific to say it was me. So I'm not just looking for my name. Look, if I sense that you're talking about me, I'm going to respond. It's just as that. You should have never inserted your silverback ass into it. You know what I mean? Passing judgment on a man that you don't know. You know what I mean? And don't slight me when I'm addressing you. That's it. You tried to slight me. Like you thought you could do like, oh, different platform. Like I can make a case and say like this comes from no. Like no, this is the first time I'm seeing you. Like I said before, I didn't even know who you was. I thought you were on a troll account. You know, that's what I thought it was. But you can't get me in trouble. You know, and you're towing a very thin line, you know, because you already passed judgment on me. So like I said, I don't owe you no respect. You know what I mean? Like I have bit my tongue. You know what I mean? You can get all the bitches and all that stuff too. You know, because you already set the terms for this. I don't know the fuck she thinks she is. These man identifying whores out here. But take that shit somewhere. You can't scare me and you can't report me. I don't know the fuck y'all think y'all are. Yeah. You know, I see what she's trying to do. I've been pointing this shit out too. Like when people go back, like when you're mine and yeah, but I've already reported myself. I said this to Carrie. I said I timed her out. Exactly. You know what it was? You can't stand in your shit. Like nothing is going to take away the fact that you can't stand in your shit. You know what I mean? Like you passed judgment on me. You haven't acknowledged that. You have called me unhinged. You have brought up my sexuality in conversations that didn't pertain to my sexuality. Call the law. You know what I mean? And it may have to do with either the men that may have turned away from you and left you for men, or maybe the deadbeat sperm donor that came into your mother's life. You know, but being sensitive about sexuality and all of that, you're making that up in regards to me. You have no idea. You don't even know me. You're speculating. And what you're doing is narrative spinning. You know what I mean? I think you're insecure about yours. It's always someone that does that, and I guess she's a female, but then it always turns out later that she's a carpet muncher saying these things. You better check yourself. And like I said, keep your toxic mouth off of me, my likeness, and my sexuality, anything pertaining to me. I don't know you. You know, this is a bad impression too. Like how I got to know you. You know what I mean? You saying what you saying about me when you don't know me. You're making this shit up. You know, for your own intentions and purposes. And I don't know why. Are you looking to start a new channel? You know, because you sure as hell single me out. Okay, you couldn't be found nowhere, even as a blimp on my own radar. Okay, you don't show up. Okay, you went lobbying for my attention to be found. So fuck out of here with throwing rocks and hiding your hands. That's some pussy shit. But thank you guys so much. That's it. Let me read. I was about to find music, but let me just read these messages, and then I'll be up. And the craft on this road. Yeah. Getting all the time. At least I provide some interaction in your chat. Don't even pretend like you're here. I don't like that, Bubbles. And the Bubbles, he said, I have a little something serious. Disagreeing, I'm mad. Thank you much, Random Crafting Gamer. Hey, Miss B-Town. Yeah, go to IHOP. I don't even know what it's talking about. I just wrote, yes, bro, I'm glad you are expressing how you feel. It's a lot of rock going and hi. Okay. And then Vashi. Miss B-Town. Okay, so that's it, you guys. But yeah, like, yeah, you can't report me. But it seemed like she was trying to put Carrie in the spirit that I'm some like rogue, vindictive mod that, you know, that's in the shadows, you know, that's not being detected as one. I'm being detected as righteous when really I'm behind the scenes being sinister. Like, no, what I did with you, I typed in the chat the second I did it because I didn't have a problem with it. And you can't get me in trouble with nobody on here, whether I'm out for them or not. The fuck you talking about? You know what I mean? Just watch who you're out there starting shit with. That's what you need to focus on, Call the Law. You have this thing with accountability, and it's to avoid it at all costs. The shit between you and I, you started. You know, I've always been in the position of responding. And ain't nobody gonna play Captain Save a street whore. Okay? So yeah, like go on with that shit. Move the fuck around to the nearest exit or something. Like, and save your cries for the Cry Me a River dude, whatever the fuck his name is. Okay? The that had the wardrobe malfunction with Janet, whatever the fuck his name is. Yeah, yeah. You're gonna need tissues for your issues when you thinking you're going around reporting me and getting me in trouble. You can't report y'all, okay? I'm old fucking force out here. You better ask about me. All right, that's it. I don't know the fuck she thinks she is. Yeah, like you still trying weeks later thinking I ain't gonna see shit. Oh yeah, and for you guys, if you ever see some shit you would like pertaining to myself, you don't have to tell me. Like I like links, okay? I like statements. I like screenshots. You know, my IG, my Instagram is Jewel_Nation. JEWEL_NATION. Okay, on IG. But that's it. I'm about to fall out of here. Thank you guys so much for dropping in. Okay, and listening to my rant. Yeah, trying to be sneaky out here. Again, I don't care if you don't use names or not. If I sense you're talking about me, okay, I'm firing up a live. It's as simple as that. Get over yourself. Most definitely, please like the video, and if you aren't subscribed to the page, I am Yamain, and my channel is the MF and Goings with Yamain. Please subscribe.